Yeah.
I would say the weather department had a successful weekend too.
Quite a run we have been on here. Some cool, crisp mornings, some mild afternoons, and here we go again. The sunny streak continues. I got to take you back to this morning, however, and it's not a surprise to see the 30s that we had on the map here for low temperatures in parts of the state. We fully expected that for several days. Now you'll notice places like Kokomo, Muncie, Terre Haute, about 10 degrees cooler than the heat island here in Indy. But that 49, that's good for the coolest morning we've had in Indianapolis since early June. And in true fashion with this dry air and the September sun angle, boom, we're already back into the mid 60s. So it's a quick warm up and we're going to have a nice mild afternoon in the 70s, courtesy of a load of sunshine over central Indiana. We'll have just a few scattered clouds popping up with this heating of the day. But there you have it. Lower to mid 70s, and those dew points remain very comfortable. That's why we're seeing the big swings from lows to highs. 66 currently, not much of a wind, and a dew point of 41. That is dry air. This is how we'll get to those numbers this afternoon. Enjoy it. We'll go mostly sunny, pleasant day. A light east to southeast wind, high pressure doing its job. You see some storms in the central part of the country, and that's where they're going to stay, as they're going to bump into this dry air that's over us. And speaking of dry, that would pretty much be much of the Ohio Valley, and we don't have big rain chances in the next 6 or 7 days. We'll have more on the warm up that's ahead, however, coming up in just a few minutes.
Okay, a little bit of a warm up. Thank you, Sean. And here's a live look now at I-465. This is near Fall Creek Road, and we're actually monitoring a crash there. So we have learned that the right lane there going southbound is closed for the crash. The left lane is still open at this time. We're going to work to learn a little bit more to see how serious this crash could be, if anyone is hurt, how long they could possibly be out there. At this time, it is unsure how long the lane will be closed. Once we learn more, we'll be sure to bring that to you. A 40-year-old man is dead after crashing into a home on Indy's north side. This happened on Delbrook Drive near West 79th Street and Ditch Road around 4 a.m. Sunday. And from the damage, you can see a huge splintered hole in the home's garage. The driver, Anthony Tillman, died at the hospital. We spoke with the family who lives there, and they say no one in the home was hurt. A neighbor tells us the family has several children, and the crash could have been much worse.
This is a very nice family, very caring, and just to hear that something happened to their home, my first concern was, are they all okay? And, you know, so by a miracle, which was just wonderful, nobody of the family was hurt, and the vehicle went straight into the garage. It could have crashed anywhere else, and it was just a garage. So counting the blessings is just wonderful.
Oh, certainly. Still no word on what caused this crash. Turning to the east side, where police are investigating a fatal shooting at a home on Delmont Drive. This is near 42nd and Mithofer. Limited details surrounding this incident, but we know a man was shot and killed at the location, and we're waiting for the coroner to release his identity. So far, police have not made any arrests. Officials in southern Indiana are looking at the impacts of a chemical fire over the weekend. So this fire started at 3:30 Saturday afternoon at a manufacturing facility in Newburgh, which is in Warwick County, and that's just east of Evansville down south. Firefighters finally got the flames out yesterday morning. Officials believe the fire involved magnesium, aluminum, and zinc. Now they're investigating the effects it will have on the surrounding environment. The Warwick County Health Department is warning people to avoid ash and debris from the fire to stay safe. Tonight, city leaders will be likely be voting on rezoning proposed data centers in Franklin Township. So this is a controversial proposal on the south side that we've been following. And Google is behind the planned 468-acre facility. Now, 15 of 25 city-county councilors are opposing the proposed data center. Those 15 meet the 50% threshold needed to reject the zoning proposal. And not only are councilors voicing their concerns, but so are neighbors in Franklin Township. So residents have showed up to all public meetings. They say their concerns stem from noise, water pollution, lack of job growth and economic impact, as well as being concerned about tax breaks. Signs and billboards are also popping up around Franklin Township saying no data center. And after tonight's council meeting, Google representatives will meet with opposing representatives to see if they can reach an agreement. Something we'll keep our eye on for sure. Also happening today, the Muncie City Council will hear from the public regarding a proposed budget for next year. So the city is facing big funding cuts, and Muncie's mayor tells us they're looking at $1 million less for next year. He says Senate Bill 1 impacts Muncie's property tax revenue with about a 7% decrease, plus a loss in fire and police pension funding and parks and rec funding. A final vote is planned for October.